Ah, yes, another Seafoam video. Anyways, the old Coot here, coming back at you with another exciting video, working on someone's car that I know that was having it was about that time. They have about 60,000 miles on their car, and they wanted to clean out the upper, basically the intake, all that stuff. So here's what happens. Basically, drive your car until you hit about a quarter tank of gas. When you have a quarter of a tank of gas left in your car, what you do is you put one entire can of this product into the gas tank. So that goes in the gas tank. That way you have a super high concentration of this in the gas tank. Totally fine on most cars, I believe. Today, this car, the specific car that we're working on, is any of the Toyota 4-cylinder, like the Rav4, the Camry, I think maybe the Corolla. If you have this type of a setup where it's your 4-cylinder engine and then you have this and the intake, basically your air filter is in here. This is the mass airflow sensor. You want to make sure that you put the injectable Seafoam, which is this one. I don't want to touch it too much because I don't want to show you, or I want to make sure I show you the setup. But this is the injectable one, the spray can version. Yes, I will put links down below in the description, also in the comment section, so make sure to check out for those. But basically what happens here is it comes with a little hook, right? So you would basically disconnect the cover for the air filter, move this part out of the way a little bit, get a screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver. You undo this screw right here. You basically pull this whole piece off. Make sure your engine is off, your car is in park, and your emergency brake is on when you're doing all of this. Okay, so once you get this cover off, you can actually leave the mass airflow sensor connected, or you could disconnect it if you're that, attention to detail oriented or whatever. I just left mine connected, but basically when you pull the cover off, you have enough room here, enough slack in the mass airflow sensor to where you can just pull it away enough to get this hook part. See this little black hook part? I know the shedding, see this little black hook part? So there's a little hook that goes in there and basically directs the hose, the rest of the hose, down into your intake just before the butterfly valve, right? Your throttle body valve. You want to be, according to the instructions, you want to be about like a quarter of an inch away from that butterfly valve. Unfortunately, on these Toyotas that have these 4-cylinder engines, right? I think we're talking like 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, I think up until that point, there's not enough tubing to get down there far enough. So what I did was, I'm probably about, the throttle body's down there, I'm probably about a good like 7 or 8 inches away, which in this case for this specific vehicle, right, this is a buddy of mine's vehicle, it totally works, it's totally fine. At least that's the experience that I've had doing this on this car, and they also have another similar matching car. So anyways, with that being said, the tube part is down in there, I would say maybe a good like 3 or 4 inches, just enough to where it's in there enough and it's far away enough from the mass airflow sensor. You do not want to spray this stuff, the Seafoam. You do not want to spray that on the mass airflow sensor. That's why you got to give yourself enough distance of the tubing to get down in there to basically just be just before the throttle body. So what's gonna happen is you reconnect everything, right? Put your cover back on, clip it in, reconnect this part of the cover inside of this hose, and then you can either screw it back down if you want to, just make it snug. It doesn't have to be tight. But now what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn the vehicle on, and then with a buddy or a helper or a partner, you basically wanna rev the throttle or rev the engine so that you're hitting about 2,000 RPM, 2,000, 2,200 RPM, that's fine. While the car is running, what you want to do is take your can, right? This is the spray version, attach the hose to it, basically go upside down like this. And what you're going to do is just push down and spray until the entire can is empty. In some cases, it's about 5 to 7 minutes to empty out the entire can. And the way you know is just shake it once in a while. You may be left with about a ½ an ounce of fluid in there when it's all said and done, which is totally fine. What you could do is you could take this back over to your intake or sorry, your gas tank. You can take this back over to your gas tank and then just spray it into the gas tank. To get that last little ounce of fluid that's in there, you may need to like hold the can upside down, but anyways, you get the idea. You do have to be careful, as you saw me do. If you pull on this too hard or tug on the connection too much, what'll happen is you'll separate and the spray will just go all over the place. So my best advice for you is make sure that you insert the tube into this little part right here very securely, and then give yourself a little bit of slack. Go ahead and press down, push, so that you're activating the spray. And you'll know because the engine will rev, it'll do different things. It'll come up high in the idle and then it'll come back down. But have your buddy who's sitting in the car revving the motor, they don't have to rev, just steady, smooth idle to about 2,000 RPM. What that's gonna do is that's gonna prevent your engine from stalling out. But once you do that and you empty out the entire can, signal your buddy to shut off the car and just let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. What that's gonna do is that's gonna hot soak the car. What the product does is, this one's in the gas tank. This one is gonna help to clean out your whole entire fuel system from the gas tank to the injectors. So it's gonna hopefully clean out your injectors and do that kind of vibe. What this one is gonna do is this one is gonna clean the upper parts of the valves, also the intake, also the butterfly valve that's on your throttle body, basically making it nice and clean. The hot soak is actually gonna give a chance for this product to work its way into the catalytic converter, clean out that as well. You kind of get an idea. So it's basically from the fuel cap through the engine all the way out to your exhaust. It's going to clean up that built up carbon deposit. That's basically what this product is designed to do. Now, the crucial part again is you have to let the vehicle sit for about 15-20 minutes. During that time, what you can do is gingerly, carefully make sure you disconnect, unscrew this screw, pop off your caps of your air cleaner, air filter. Go ahead and pull this off. Make sure you take out this entire tube with that little black hook that's in there, because you want to make sure you remove everything. Do not let it fall in there. Hopefully you don't do that. But anyways, once you get the red tube out and the hook part and this, make sure to clean the engine bay. Make sure there's no tools that you may have left behind, a screwdriver or whatever. Go ahead and reattach your cover. So reattach your air filter cover, clip the clips, re-screw the bolt on, make sure everything's in there good, nice, tighten it up nice and snug. After that 15 to 20 minutes has happened, what you want to do is start your car and then drive aggressively. What they tell you to do is spirited driving. What they're talking about is hopefully you can do this at a gas station that's next to a freeway on-ramp, to where when you get on the freeway, you can just give it some gas on the on-ramp, get it up to speed. You will get the smoke fest, depending on how well you did this process. But usually cars that have, I would say, over 10,000, 20,000 miles on them, you basically will get that nice little smoke fest that everybody talks about in all the other videos. Anyways, this one's getting too long. Like I said, I will put links to the liquid form and also the spray form, or let's call this the pour-in form that you pour into your gas tank, the whole bottle, quarter tank of gas. And then this is the spray version that comes with the red hose and the hook, the black hook part that you would put and apply into the intake. Anyways, hope this video out there helps someone. If you have a Toyota or a Lexus 4-cylinder, somewhere in the ballpark of around, don't quote me, but around 2014 to about 2018, if your engine looks anything like this, where you have a 4-cylinder, this is the intake, this is the air cleaner, where the air goes through, it goes down to the throttle body. Basically, hopefully this video helps you out. Anyways, links are down below in the description, also in the comment section. I'm the Old Coot, and I'll catch you all in the next exciting adventure.